Roddenberry, Gene Roddenberry's son.
Hey, hi.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm great. First of all, I want to thank you for your contributions and your father's.
You in it too, you know.
I always like to emphasize the subject. So they kind of like I'm like half on the side there, but I want to thank you and your father's contributions to American culture. In fact, tribbles. So
tastes great.
Listen. Less filling.
Yeah.
How's it going? Both with Roddenberry and the legacy and the show.
Everything's going great. Quick background, we've got sort of three entities under the Roddenberry umbrella. We've got Roddenberry Entertainment, which is, of course, entertainment. We've got Roddenberry Adventures, which is a fun thing that I do. I try to take people out on new experiences. They can be as mundane as a hike in the park to, we did a Fiji trip last year, we're doing a Hawaii trip this year, we're doing Australia next year. And then, of course, we have Roddenberry Foundation, which is more the philanthropic arm of Roddenberry. And that's where we're really trying to work towards that better future. We're finding organizations, institutions, individuals who are creating technologies or methodologies that are bringing us into that future. So that's something that you should all go check out, RoddenberryFoundation.org.
If one wants to get involved with the foundation, how do they do so?
Well, I don't want to say you can't get involved. We want your support, but we're not really asking for donations. We want you to follow us. We want to hear from you. There will be a way, but we're trying to catalyze the fans when we really find something that is interesting, fun, gets everyone excited, and has more of I'm going to overuse the term, but more of a crowdsourcing aspect to it, where we can all work together to make something better.
And I got to ask you, why, because I was talking to Tori about this yesterday, why does this endure? When I put this on, everywhere I go, people know what it's about. I mean, if I don't wear this, and I wear all black, people have security, but if I wear this, I get this.
Right.
Wrong hand, of course, but
Well, Star Trek's been around for 50 years. I mean, Star Trek appealed to sort of the outcasts, I'd say. And let me go a little deeper. In the 60s, there were a lot of people that kind of looked at society and what was going on. And I wasn't around back then, but I've heard a lot about back then, and I've learned a lot about back then. A lot of people disagreed with what our own governments were doing and what was going on in society. And a lot of people felt differently, but it was hard for them to have a voice. When something came out on the air that, showed, racism on a different planet, or, showed it in sort of an indirect way, a lot of the smart fans really got it. And they said, you know what, this is how we feel. We feel like that today. And we want to see that future happen on Earth. And they got excited, and that's why it's lasted 50 years.
I want to add to that, because some of my viewers, in fact, I'll put a link up to this later, but I started, along with Bill Boyd and Lars Frickman, the first Star Trek club at Bret Harte Junior High School.
Oh, wow. Nice.
That was 1975.
Nice.
They're white, I'm black.
Yeah.
And we had an entirely interracial group. That was never an issue. And then we started a bike club later. And I remember Gene Roddenberry, who was our teacher at the time, I was the first black president, but no one mentioned that until I wanted to go a particular direction. And then Roddenberry says, oh, no, we go this way. And Bill and Lars, when we were all saying we go this way, and Roddenberry said to them, hey, and me, he said, you're the first black president. And Bill, who was white in 17, this is by around 1979, he goes, what does that have to do with anything? And these are my friends to this day.
Yeah, see, that's
great.
And
that's from Star Trek. Star Trek built that.
Yeah, you said that, my reaction was wow. And that's because I only hear about the bad things that happened back then.
Right.
I never get stories about the people who just didn't give a shit. They're like, he's another person like
we
me.
Existed.
Yeah.
we really did exist. Still do.
Saying, it's a tribute to the fans who were there, who were looking at life the exact same way. People give my father a tremendous amount of credit for creating this vision of a future. He wasn't the only one. Every single person that saw Star Trek that felt the same way, they also had that vision. And so did your friends, and so did you. So, I mean, it's nice to hear a different story instead of the ugliness of what some of us used to do back then.
And it's one that hasn't been
And I know
told
the ugly,
a lot.
It still happens today.
But it couldn't have happened without Star Trek.
If we could just pull our heads out of our collective asses and really just, it sounds cliche, but really just care about each other and look beyond the physicality and crave diversity and idea in mind, then Star Trek would happen.
And have a different form of media to tell that story, which brings me to a conversation. I'm going to close because I know we're at 5 minutes and you're a busy man, but I want to close with one thing. I want to thank, where's Tori?
Tori,
come here real quick.
You're on camera.
You're on camera. See? Yeah, I want to thank I want to thank this man for being the man with the man. And these guys make it happen.
I'm only the man because he lets me be the man.
Hey, that.
And you know where we get the hair for these?
Where?
This guy.
Right here. Right
I
here.
thought it was from here.
Oh, right.
I thought you took it from here.
That's
I don't have much more to give, so get it now.
That's just huge. Hey, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Z.
Yeah,
like, comment, subscribe.
You got it. Def. Right here.
Say that.
What? Come and subscribe.
Yeah.
62. Live long and prosper.
Yeah, scissors.
Scissors.
Yeah. Oh, what?
About.